Excellent. We've managed to countercharge successfully over here, so we're going to follow that through. Oh, you love to see it. It's masses and masses of bursts. That is absolutely brilliant. Look at the infantry shatter there. Hello my good students, welcome back to our Napoleon Total War series as the Austrian Empire. A little bit late on this episode today, I do apologise. I've not been able to record due to downstairs in the building of flats that I'm in. Been hammering, literally doing building work since 8 AM until 5 PM the last couple of nights, so I don't really want that to be in the video, I'm afraid. So we're here now, and we are in, once again, rather an interesting position. We would actually be in a fairly decent position if it weren't for the Spanish army, which has taken Croatia from us. This is a single stack army. There's 20 units here, and they do have the tiniest armed citizenry parts, of course, from the natural garrison of Croatia. We will be able to take that on the next turn, provided that they don't move towards Budapest. However, we can predict that their movement will quite likely go towards Vienna for us, which is very, very nice indeed. We're going to move just a little bit further forwards with our ambush here and try and get our zone of control onto the road more solidly into Vienna there, which is very, very useful for us indeed. So we're going to wait one turn here. Hopefully they don't fancy moving too much. We should be able to have the movement then to go over and attack with our army here, and that will let us replenish as well. That is excellent. We are thinking about going towards the Ottoman Empire to finally wipe them out. We can see in Wallachia over here, they do have some stripling armies, very interesting armies actually, a lot of swordsmen over here, and in this army too. And some cannons and cavalry in this army, something similar over here as well, with a standing general over here with just some 18 pounders waiting. We would pounce on that immediately, but we did have to fight them off outside of Transylvania in the previous episode, and our replenishment here is absolutely terrible. It's so horrible to be restricted by such terrible replenishment. It really slows you down. However, that's not necessarily a really terrible position there, because we do have the second army over here, lacking one final unit, but that's not to worry at all. Can certainly take on the Ottomans with these numbers and troops here. We are experienced. We should easily replenish to full over this end turn, and we can move out. We're going to move our militia units over here to make sure the happiness in Belgrade is absolutely fine there. So we're actually going to move up over here immediately with that and try and occupy Belgrade with that. So I'll just double check our replenishment. That's not hindered too much at all there. So what we can do is lay an ambush over here, I think, unless they've got something hiding there, but we are looking good. So we can lay an ambush onto the single road into Belgrade there and occupy this to make sure the happiness isn't too bad there while we are away with our invading army. So in regards to the Spanish, I would like to wager this is really their only land force here. If we look at national prestige, we're not doing great. Only slightly leading ahead of Russia somehow. But if we look at Spain here is what I want to draw your attention to. They have nothing in their points counting towards their army, and we have rather sizable, of course we do have a few standing armies, but look at the Ottomans, which is rather worrying. They actually have army rating slightly higher than that of the French, which is a tad worrying, considering I would like to wager we can see the majority of their army over here. They must have a full stack in Istanbul over here, which is rather interesting. Of course, our treasury is zilch at the moment. We have nothing currently sat in our coffers and an income of a measly 937 at the moment. We're going to dismiss these units over here. We don't need them. I'm not entirely sure where they came from, but not to worry. Just dismiss these for the minute. And that should push us over to 1.3 thousand, and that is very useful indeed. I'm wondering about removing at least one of these, perhaps the Jaegers over here, unless you want to bring these over to reinforce our invading army over here. It is skirmishers we might be lacking over here. but again, I think we can manage without. So we're going to remove these. This will free up 142 income for us. And we're going to actually bring the Hungarian Fusiliers, I think, over to reinforce this army, replace this Landesschützen over here for us. But we might have to do that undercover over here so we don't attract the Spanish out too much there. To be honest, we might have to wait around for that, so that's not to worry there at all. We are going to have to repair our entire navy over here, but once we do repair it, what we can do is actually put that to work on actually securing some of these trade lanes over here. These trade nodes would be very, very good indeed. That will really boost our economy to something we can actually use them, which is excellent. So I don't think there's anything else we can do on the end turn over here. Let's have a look at what we are researching. We can go for trade unions. In fact, we are. That'll give us +2 happiness to the lower classes, but slightly reduced wealth generated by mines and industrial buildings. Could go for the abolition of slavery. To increase the happiness of lower classes due to clamour for reform. That's not bad at all. We could get that for the -2% recruitment costs. Not necessarily bad. I think we'll go for that first because that will help our economy out for now. We are really waiting for the military building to upgrade over here to a drill school. That will take 4 turns. That's absolutely fine. That's excellent there. So I think really just waiting so we can move our armies once again and take on the Spanish. That's the main goal for today. So let's get going. Okay, so over the end turn we don't actually have any notifications, which is not necessarily good nor bad there. Let's take our fleets over here and repair them properly. Control all. That's going to cost 975 to repair that, but we need to do that. And I don't have much else to spend my money on at the moment anyway. I think we can get away. Our trade ships aren't actually harmed there, which is brilliant. So we don't need to repair them, but we'll keep them tucked away safe for the moment. No need to send them out. We learnt our lesson there. No need to send them out unprotected. I think we can probably get away. We might want to find our scouts over here to just forward scout this army out. Did wonder where that had got to. Maybe we can sabotage that. Oh, it's 36%. Let's give it a go. Or could we assassinate the leader? That's 36% as well. He's fairly high ranking. Would be decent to take him out there. But I think we'll try and sabotage that army there. Oh, it didn't work. That's not to worry there. I think we can get away then with taking that on right now and then pushing in further into Wallachia over there. As long as our losses here, this shouldn't be too huge there. I think we can do that fairly comfortably, or at least we can take this army and push in there as well, or even move this over, I think, to take advantage of the supply depot over in Belgrade to increase our replenishment. So I think that's what we're going to do. Going to move this over here as a reinforcing army and move over here. Yeah, there we go. We can just about get that, can we? Maybe not. There we go. Excellent. So we're not going to have a reinforcing army here, but look at this. It is mostly the 500 men regiments or battalions of melee infantry there, so we should be fairly okay there. Get them on their charge and that would be excellent. They do have 2 units of marines, not necessarily bad, pretty much average for everyone else's standards, and they do have some Delhi lancers, so we're going to need to watch out for that. So we're not going to auto resolve because that will give us horrible losses. Let's get into that. Okay, so we have moved up into a somewhat favourable position here. Got a very nice hill blocking any movement here, with our Jaegers on top covering our forward Fusiliers here, waiting for to trap the Ottomans. We're going to try and move our cavalry in an attempt to draw out their infantry here. Most of their... There we go, here they are. They are hidden, the melee infantry, but not for long because we are going to charge in or close to them with our cavalry there. Not going to charge straight into melee infantry here with our light cavalry. We are only walking there. Would like them to double time. We're going to try and flank round, I think, with some Swiss line over here. Might just pull up a little bit further these two units here. Try and get on this little hill here. We are hidden, of course, in the trees over here, which is excellent. We are taking some cannon fire, though, so we're going to have to be somewhat decisive about this. Maybe if we come around, give them one quick charge to draw them out, but they are hiding in these trees, of course, with their marines here. So we might want to go around and into that to draw them out there. Might just diamond up here to help our manoeuvrability with these cavalry units. But just masses of swordsmen here. Look at all of them. Behind the times a bit. Certainly behind the times a bit. But they are taking the bait over here with our cavalry, are they? No, just reforming. We may have to abandon our position here just a little and try and move up a tad, because staying under this artillery fire is certainly not a good thing. Perhaps we can retreat or fall back in just a minute when they do start firing up. We do still have this little hill here to cover our flanks, so keeping some Swiss line over here as some reserve just in case they're needed later on. I think we will push up on this flank though, take this hill over here. We can probably push over our skirmishers and their supporting line over here. What are they doing with the cavalry? Lucky they haven't charged that. Maybe we can get round to the backs and take on their cannons. Being a little resistant to our orders there. I'm going to have to double time that, guys. Might be able to get on top of their general as well, but their Delhi Lancers are there to protect them, which is rather a worry. We know from experience the Ottoman cavalry is rather not quite in range with our skirmishers here. We have to move up just a little more here and move up even further with this Swiss line here. And these groups are going to have to move as well, just to move up and take that, unfortunately. So we might want to move this line actually over to help them out, cover their flanks, and of course move our Jaegers up as well. I think we'll keep those on the hill for now, and we will move our general up to support our morale here. Looks like the Delhi Lancers are moving out, so we're going to go for their general here. We'll have to watch out in case we need to form a square in a very timely manner there. And I think we'll move up to threaten with our skirmishers here, to try and stay out of range of their marines here. But we are getting on top of their general in a massive cavalry charge there. That is excellent. We can take him down and force a morale shock, a massive morale shock. Be doing good there. We need to watch out for these swordsmen, who aren't too sure what they want to do there. 4 general staff there for the minute. It's climbing though, the losses are climbing for them. Might just have to guess out very soon though for that, unfortunately. Let's guess out now. But they're changing their minds. Maybe we'll come for a counter charge in just a second. Could even get into the backs of their cannons here and force our own infantry up there. Just on the edge of our range here, so we are going to move up just a tad here. And form a fairly chunky line here. Yeah, their cannons are firing out, so we're going to get on top of those with our cavalry. Their general's morale is wavering so much. Killed a lot of people in that bodyguard there, but we are firing now onto their swordsmen. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Let's just move up, shall we? I did not ask for them to perform that formation. And there we go, getting bogged down here, so let's just get out with our cavalry as quickly as possible before they do become fully entrapped. And what we can do then is move up with our own infantry here, take on this unit here, I think. Double time there. Get in, they are moving with their marines over here, so I think we'll stay, just turn around a tad to help out with that. And we can move up over here to threaten their main line, I think. Cavalry does need to get out of there though, please. Somewhat unresponsive. Double time, guess out. One of the advantages of diamond formation is they can take the lead from any particular direction. They do listen to your orders. Certainly going to have to move up though and threaten their back line and get some shots into their flank. And I think we'll move our own general up to support the morale over here. Here we go, we'll try and drag their swordsmen into our firing lines now, which we have performed over here. And that is excellent. There we go, they've given up on our cavalry. So I think we'll just stay in the flank and wait around there. Just out of range here. We're going to try and push up a little with these units. We're shooting over here. I'm not entirely sure that we are. Let's just move up a tad. And then we can turn around, face our units properly over here, and that will be excellent. We're going to inspire this unit here. That's it. It's a right click for that. There we go. That should have them fighting just that much better. Here we go. Might just want to tidy up our formation over here, make that a little tighter there. And we can come in over here, try and keep those busy actually while we shoot into their backs, and curl round, I think, over with this unit perhaps to get onto their marines and such. And just tighten up onto their horrible centre. Looks like we're missing their Delhi Lancers over here because the flag denoting that is over here, but not to worry, we can take that on. That's absolutely fine. Let's move our general a tad closer to help out with that. Their morale is wavering a great deal though, and our cavalry are sourcing out to these guys. We're going to chase them down, make sure they do fully rouse off, so we can now move in properly with our units over here. Just take a big old line and encircle them a little bit better there. And their Delhi Lancers are retreating, but they will be back, so we're going to shoot them in the back, keep our formation held here. Not too sure what these swordsmen are trying to guess at though. Being rather indecisive there, as we stare them down with our gun line. Just guessing some very nice road fire here, fire by rank onto their marines there, and that will be the last of their gunmen down. I think once again our cavalry are getting tied up. We have forced off this unit of this swordsman rather. Just going to go for their general again while we can. He's very exposed, and we don't necessarily have to square up just yet. I'm not too sure what they want to do with their lancers. Looks like they might be trying to threaten our cavalry, so we're going to have to watch out for that, of course. Let's try and tidy up over here so that we are a little bit more in range of threatening there. I think we're going to have to curl around yet. The lancers are certainly coming for our cavalry. Let's come out of there. They are only lancers, but they will still inflict some casualties onto our cavalry there. General staff down to 13 men there. Let's halt over here and try and get firing out as they approach us. Excellent. Let's tidy up a tad so that we're not firing into our own backs there. And let the Delhi Lancers charge down here into our gun line. Yeah, the swordsmen not quite making contact over here, which is excellent. You can see their morale really horrible here, and at this close range we cannot miss. Absolutely excellent. How are we looking at their cavalry over here? They are under fire. They are, I think, going to counter-charge, keep them in position there so we can fire into their flank. Yeah, these lots are certainly rousing off. We may have to shift our formation so that they do carry on rousing and completely shatter over here. So it's looking like the end result will be that we will have to chase down the remainder of their army. They are making contact here, so that may be an issue. You have a lot of men in that group there. Can't see through this musket smoke here. But we can now countercharge them down because we have dealt with their cavalry. And I think, yeah, we're going to have to... I wonder if a square might be a decent idea to help out with that. We're going to have to brace either way, and I think we'll turn to face over here to help us out. And with that being said, we're going to move in over here, a little closer. Keep these guys firing. We are firing onto these guys, which is excellent. We've managed to countercharge successfully over here, so we're going to follow that through. Oh, you love to see it. It's masses and masses of bursts. That is absolutely brilliant. Look at the infantry shatter there. just being so indecisive. Looking like our square is working over here. Their morale is terrible, and the fact that we're shooting into this little edge here will really help us out. Their cannon's not doing great either. Very, very good for us. We can chase down with our cavalry now, I think. Make sure they do carry on retreating for us there, and that will be the end of that. We're just going to fast forward now as we chase them down, and that is excellent. So victory. We will likely have to chase the remaining survivors down, but not to worry there. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's go to the results. So 414 losses is absolutely acceptable there. That is brilliant. So they do have 330 remaining, so that will likely retreat as we've said there. Looks like we gained a few traits. Let's carry on. Have a look at that. Yeah, can't quite chase that down. We don't have the movement range with anyone here. Not to worry. We are going to carry on into Belgrade over here. We should just need to cross the border to do so there. That's absolutely fine. Not taking too many losses there, as you can see, so we should be able to defend ourselves if they do decide to attack us over the end turn. What traits did we get? Corporal and Gold Braid, which is excellent, plus 1 command when leading infantry units, and even more morale. That is excellent for us, and we get an even more morale from Steady Under Fire, which is excellent, because it did take a couple cannon shots to begin with, but we're getting so much morale, a lot of command, and that is excellent. Plus 3 to morale from Hero Worshipped is really, really good for us there. Really boosting our infantry leagues beyond what the base infantry is for us there. We're going to have to follow that up though with, I think, a second battle though. Slightly under replenish here, only 6 people missing in this particular regiment, but not to where we are very much experienced. I don't believe these guys had much experience to start out with. We are going to get 2 reinforcing armies here if we take on this group over here, but that will leave Croatia wide open if we do get a victory here, and that is going to be absolutely brilliant. So let's go in on that, I think. Let's keep going. Excellent. So that's not looking too bad. The balance of power not looking greatly in anyone's favour there, but not to worry. What have we got? We have a lot of infantry of the line, quite basic. 6 morale, 30 accuracy against our least experienced troops with 11 morale and 32 accuracy there. It will certainly be the 1, 2, 3, 4 units of cavalry there to which will be something to look out for, but not to worry at all. Do of course have some armed citizenry, some irregulars there from the garrison, and that is absolutely fine for us. So let's get going and wish us luck. Alrighty, so we are pushing up into the Spanish forces. Their reinforcements actually coming from behind them through Croatia over here, through Zagreb, which is absolutely brilliant. It looks like they're a bit not too sure what they want to do with their formations over here. They do have their cannons set up. We've been counter-battering them. We've removed 2 of their cannons in total. Set up on a hill here. We're coming around the sides of them to avoid shots from there. Staying in the scrubs over here so we can hide our Jaegers. Going to push up with those now so that we can contend with their units on the hill there. And we're going to try and push up over here to support them, of course, with these 3 units, like so. And we're going to keep units on the sides over here to support their flank. We've got our general over here because this is where I want our morale to be steady most. And we are going to move up into the centre line of these trees here with some Fusiliers. Going to keep them off of fire at will to begin with, so that we can keep them hidden in here. And on this left flank we've got our cavalry and some guards, I believe, should be over here. Going to push up when we have taken their attention on our right flank over here with our Jaegers. But it looks like I might have to push up outside of the brush over here so that we can take their attention. It looks like they want to take the fight into the city here, which is not a fight I want to take. And we do have to take notes. They do have some spike traps in the centre over here, so our cavalry is going to have to be careful of that. Trying to keep an eye out for any further spike traps within the city, but I don't see any just yet. I was tempted to put our artillery on this hill, but it wouldn't have the range if they didn't move down into us, and there was always the risk that their reinforcements would come from our flank, despite not having that position on the strategic map. Sometimes it's not always as clear cut as it looks. We're going to push up a little bit more so we keep the cover over here with our units. We're not hidden over here. We can't hide in light scrubs with our line infantry, but this group is in the tree line here, so they do count as hidden. And so do all of these through here, this group in the open, so that's absolutely fine. Might want to curl around actually at the minute with, I think, just these three groups here. Take advantage of their line not facing us properly there. Going to keep our cavalry in reserve for the minute. Try and cause havoc with those later on. Are we quite in range? No, we're not. That does mean we have to leave the cover over here and fight on their terms up the hill, which is not something I like to say very much at all. In that case, we're going to move up to the flank over here and push up with our line infantry first, I think, and try and draw them down a little further. In fact, they are moving just within our range. They're going to get a good, healthy amount of kills on that first volley there. Very, very nice 13 kills, which is excellent. I wonder if that will push them to come down. In fact, it will. So what we're going to do is actually, I think we'll double time this order rather than halt it. So they do get on their flank and into a decent position there to cover ourselves. If that's the case, we're going to push up over here with these units and help our Jaegers out in case they do decide to charge on down. Looks like they are moving towards us over here. We're not quite in range, so we are going to wait for them to push in, I think, so that we are ready for that. And in fact, we're going to bring our cavalry over, try and get a flanking charge into this unit at least, just to smooth that over. Did get a very nice morale shock on that first volley there, and that, even though they're Swiss infantry there, just shows the power of more experienced units and their accuracy there. You can see the general's taking some shots, which is excellent. Might want to move our general up a little. And with these reserve units, I think push through very soon actually. Just waiting for the cavalry to come up with double time that order and push in through, because it'll be like a column attack is what we're looking for there. We will be outnumbered very briefly there. I think we're going to push up over here, come with a thin line there, to get more guns on target and just take advantage of this face down their line here, I think. In fact, they're running and mismatching their formation, which is excellent. That's 3 shots as far as we're concerned. So we're actually going to push in a little further with our cavalry and go for an attack position there. Keep our cannons just in range. See, firing over here. They're very tired already, which is excellent. Really, really good. And it looks like their general actually fancies going for a charge there. So does this cavalry. So we're actually going to square here. Brace for that rather early. Said square, please. We mismatched that spot's going on there. Not to worry. All squared in time. They're still going to go for it. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely amazing there. A few people here getting caught out. Think they can take on the whole Spanish cavalry there by themselves. They want the top honours there. Looks like we haven't moved out of square here, but that's not to worry. Not under any particular threat there at the moment. I think we're going to cause some massive havoc here. They are squaring up at the moment though, so we might want to be careful of that. So in fact, what we're going to do is just stay out of range for now. Might want to charge down this Swiss line actually. Let's do that so they do in fact retreat properly and fully shatter. We're going to have to move in here so that we tighten up and get on top of these line infantry here. Move into that because we're taking shots from them. 3 shots for them is not good for us, of course. And I think we have to push in over here as well. Let's bring this unit round to cover our flank and move this unit up to help us out over here. And I think finally we can move in with 1 support unit over here. Our cavalry not really being the quickest over here. That's going to cost us. Actually, that's really going to cost us. Let's charge in over here. Stop these guys from firing so we don't shoot our own cavalry. They do have their backup general over here, or is that their main line general? It is indeed. That is excellent. Let's double time this. Don't know what's going on today. Really being resistant to all of our orders today. I think they're tired of the war. Don't blame them, to be honest. It has been constant. And that is excellent to have taken control of the centre line there, which is brilliant. Is some of our own Chevrolet's over here on top of the Swiss line. Going to have to move out of that for now, though. Not entirely sure what's going on here with our own cavalry. They seem to be somewhat indecisive there. We're going to push in onto these guerrilla forces, these irregulars. There we go. Let's draw this unit of infantry out over here and return fire at will, so that we're ready for that. I think we're going to have to be very risky and bring our cavalry towards our own gun line so that we can counter their own line cavalry over here, which is the plan with this group as well. How are we doing on this flank? Not doing too bad. You're going to have to push up over here though to secure our own flank there. Push up our general a tad. There we go. Let's bring the cavalry over here to help out on this side. I think it's very, very messy. It looks like they're trying to charge in over here. We'll just get very, very close. Too close for their own good. Absolutely amazing there, and we'll be able to morale shock these line infantry here with our Fusiliers over here, which are far superior in experience, over 3 chevrons to their none. Might want to inspire that unit just to double check that.
Our general is under attack.
That's okay, our general's doing absolutely fine. Just take a few stray shots there. Nothing really aimed for him. Our cavalry sitting idle, even though told it to move, so that's taking 3 shots. We're going to have to counter-charge into there. That's what we've done okay with their own line cavalry there. So we're going to push up with our infantry. Make sure they can't escape. Try and take some initiative in this battle, shall we? And I think we can move up over here to help out with that line. And we'll move our centre up even further as well, like so. Take our cannons off fire at will, because they won't have the range. We'll only be firing onto our own units now. And this unit of cavalry, do I want to use them for anything just yet? I don't think so. I want to try and move our cavalry through onto our right flank here to help us out. Taking a beating of this unit of line infantry, but they're finally routing off. Hopefully some shots from the back will encourage them to leave. I might want to recycle some of our front line over here for these reserve units. Bring 1 unit over here just in case that flank starts to falter. Sort of out of blocking our own units off here a tad. Try and get our cavalry out finally while we're not going to be able to shoot on them. In fact, we might actually just want to get on top of their cannon line here. Let's look at that. Who is this that's running? That's rather interesting there. Must just taken a nasty cannon shot there. So that's the cue for our reserve to go in here. And that'll be their cannons completely shut down, and that is excellent. Really, really good for us. Oh, massive sounding cannonball right to the face there. Let's get on that. So they have abandoned their cannons. Absolute bedlam out here. You have even more cannons from their reserve reinforcements there. That is nasty work. We're slowly whittling them down on our right flank rather. So I think what we're going to do is push in, create more pressure onto their flank over here. Just come in between these houses here so we can reduce their charge impact there. If they do come in with their cavalry, and just come in over here to help out there. So they are now reacting to that. Gonna have to bring our own cavalry out. Let's try and go over this direction. And I think, are we going to have to square up just yet? We double time this. We're going to be able to get some shots onto them. They're very loose formation here. Yeah, that's our cavalry going now because they are out of position, but being very, very resistant to our orders once again. If bloody did as we said, we would not have that problem, guys. Just get out. Get out. Calm down here, and you'll be fine. So I'm watching to see if they charge in with this cavalry over here, but I don't think they want to. And what we're going to do is move over here to tighten up our formations. I'll do this a little better here. Here we go. If we just charge on through here, guys, do yourself a big favour. You should be safe. Looks like their cavalry finally making a move there, and their general's probably going to get in range if we push up over here, which is exactly what we're going to do. A very strange formation there. Let's try and get ourselves over this line. What is their cavalry doing? Are they going for a real charge? It appears so. Let's square up with both of these, just in case, because they can make some contact with us there. Alright, come on. There we go, excellent. They're going through there, should have seen that. We do have these facing backwards to them, but not to worry. We're going to sort out our own cavalry here, it's rather a mess. Bring those through so they are safe. And I think, take advantage of this unit of cavalry, and probably go for their general a bit harder there. We've got two ways to fire onto these groups over here, and that is excellent. This group on the right flank is not giving up, however. We really need to sort that out, so let's bring this unit round. Help us out. Are our Jaegers in range of anything? Yes, they are, but they have just used all their ammunition either way. Not to worry there. And we did beat back that cavalry group, which is excellent. So let's go back in. I think we might want to just charge down these cannons once again. Certainly have to push up, I think, with something over here. Let's push up a little over here with our centre line. And it doesn't matter about blocking off the Jaegers over there because they can't fire now anyway. And yeah, we're certainly going to go for the general over here. How is our cavalry doing now? This is the group which retreated out, did rouse off there. More units using all of their ammunition. Who is that? Is it this group over here? That's a little nasty there. That's really needed. It just shows that their morale not exactly as it first seems. If this group used all of their ammunition, they're going for a charge. Interesting. We can brace for that. That's absolutely fine. Shoot them on the charge. Still not wavering, are they? Let's double time this. There we go. Now they're rousing off. That is brilliant. We're getting their general finally as well. Very handily winning that. It's down to 12 men. Is his bodyguard, but not the general himself just yet. Really want that kill. Really want that kill. There we go, just as we're saying that. So that is excellent. Look at the morale. That is great. We're going to use these units over here just to make sure these routing units remain routing and completely shatter. That is brilliant. Where are we over here? We're in the woods over here. That's excellent. So we'll bring them round to the flank here, help these guys rouse off. Come up over here. Solidify our line a bit. Bring back our general. He seems to be taking some too many stray shots I'd be comfortable with. We might want to just push up over here, get onto this line if possible, just to really make sure they stay off the field. And that should be about it, really. That is excellent. Closer than I'd like it, actually. Much closer than I'd like it. They did come in staggered, which really helped us out. Couple mistakes here and there with our cavalry, just being a little frivolous with them. But if it wins the day, keeps us in Croatia, in our own homeland. This unit has run out of ammo, so I'm actually going to pull them back. This unit a little low on troops and actually out of ammo as well. Going to have to pull these back. It's a good thing we had that reserve, actually. And I think our cavalry can come round over here to sort these guys out, just to make sure they don't come back. And that'll be it. Let's fast forward through that. And there we go. Very bloody battle indeed there. We've got 1,300 losses, but look at the amount of losses they have. Just under 1,000 units remaining, so we are going to have to get a second engagement off of that. Just double check how that's going. We do have a trace over here. +3 to morale in battles. That is excellent. Really, really good there. This is the guy, I think, yeah, we hired this guy a lot earlier. That's excellent. So can we finally take this back? Is that going to be a good idea? Let's have a look. We certainly can. We can't demand surrender, but we can easily also resolve through that and get rid of this army over here as well. That is excellent. And we will peacefully occupy that back in our own hands. We're going to have to wait to repair that. So we do have one unit of irregulars over here. That's absolutely fine. I wonder if we can ask for peace with Spain. Maybe we can ask for something. I don't need any of their technologies, not the most important ones. Let's ask for, I think, just 1,000, 1,500 actually. Let's make it gold to begin with. Really drive a somewhat hard bargain for them. Oh, they've said no. Can we ask for 1,000, or is peace not going to happen at all? I do want some sort of peace with the Spanish. They said no. That's absolutely fine. We can remove this unit over here. We do have the docks to repair over here because they didn't bother doing it. It's just want to raid. And that will be the end of that turn, I believe. The Italians over here still amassing army after army after army. You have to try and send 2 groups over there. We'll send this once it's replenished up. It does have some fairly decent replenishment over here actually, which is brilliant for us. Can we make this army? No, we can't. That's really unlucky, but not to worry there. In fact, we might be able to just send our cavalry out to deal with that because they will have extra movements. Send all of our cavalry to make sure that's fine. Excellent. There we go. All done. Brilliant. Really, really good indeed. They can't replenish with outside of a region, outside of our own cities and such without a general. That's absolutely fine. So I think that will end the turn. That is brilliant. Let's go. Okay, so over the end turn, what do we have? We have roads. Oh, we have roads in Belgrade. That is excellent. That's really going to help our basic wealth and our replenishment over there on top of the supply depot. We also have a tax office in Belgrade as well, which is excellent. It's going to help our treasury. Speaking of our treasury, because we have Croatia back and because we have that amazing merchant house in Croatia, our income has boosted from 1.3 thousand to 2.4 thousand. Oh, it's measly, it's terrible, but it's leagues and leagues better than what our 930 or so was previously. That's excellent. See, that's the real damage you can do if you take a region with these merchant houses. Luckily, we have something to support that. We're going to repair our tax house over here, our magistrate's office. Let ourselves replenish. Actually, how is the happiness looking there? It's not amazing, not too bad, could be better. We're going to have to join our cavalry up over here, and I think we'll just go over into the Vienna region, and that's helping our replenishment out that much better. So what I'm going to do is actually move them closer towards Venice, so that what we can do is finally look at getting onto this bloody Italian problem finally. So long as the Württemberg sits still, doesn't look like they will do. They do have a massive, nearly full stack over here, and the French are building up one as well once again. So we're going to have to move very quickly onto that. The French actually have rather a large fleet sitting in their Piedmont region over here, which is rather a bother. Speaking of fleets, how is our navy doing? Very nice indeed. Let's move out over here, do some preliminary scouting. We'll move out slowly, very, very slowly indeed. And what we might want to do is, rather than sit over here on this particular port or trade node, spices, rather valuable commodities, so we do want to pick that up at some point, but it's in such a central location in the Mediterranean here where the French, Spanish and Ottomans can easily contend with that. So we might want to push over here, very spicy indeed, to look at getting the coffee, or this is coffee over here. What's in the Black Sea over here? We have furs and we have furs. Coffee and furs we go to trade. Coffee's worth 23, furs not too bad at 26, but we can see spice at 26 actually, so we're on par with furs there. We need to find something with ivory, don't we, really? That's at 71, that is absolutely amazing. We should find ivory on one of these coasts, really, if that's the case, but it's just spices and coffee so far. There's an ivory one outside of here, but right on top of the Spanish doorstep. Interesting. We are going to have to send a fleet over there at one point, but I think we'll go for a safe bet and go for coffee first. Just go very slowly. We do have something on top of here. That's actually a French navy. Interesting. We might want to go for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's quite likely just going to be trade ships. We're not going to be able to raid that just yet. Or I can raid it, but it's 0 value. They are damaged. I I want to think about that. It's very interesting because we do have our trade ships over here. They might get damaged themselves. We are actually going, I think, to just move away from that for now. And we're going to have to build up our own navy, I think. We'll get some more 38 gunners, maybe some 32 brigs, just for that upkeep cost. But it's not the biggest difference there. I think we'll just get a couple more small gunners there. Get one there for now and leave that because our treasury is running low. Do want to push forwards into Wallachia over here? I think we probably do. Or maybe not so much. Do have some more armies over here. What exactly do we have? Nasty. Nasty. We're going to have to push over to Istanbul, I think, with the spy, just to check that out a little harder. So, once again, unfortunately, I think we're at the mercy of replenishment over here. So, that's absolutely fine. What we can do is lay an ambush over here. And they'll be okay. And what we can do is lay an ambush over here. And they'll be done in just a couple turns. That's absolutely fine. Is there anything else we can do this turn? I don't really think so, is there? Nothing's really popping up for us. What we were going to do is bring our Hungarian Fusiliers over to replace our Landeschützen over here, which will take forever to reinforce. In fact, we could just bring them over. Can't send them in there, unfortunately. That's okay, we'll just send them over to Vienna to replenish up over there. And I think, really, I might... We'll end the turn and see what happens over that. There's not much more we can do there. Not too long now before we get our drill school up, and that is absolutely brilliant. That will increase our pool of replenishment there, or recruitment. Get some nice grenadiers out as well, actually. An Austrian Emperor's own cuirassiers, which will be excellent. Some real heavy cavalry and some dragoons as well. Which is not too bad at all. And we'll be able to get field ambulances, which is 4% replenishment rate everywhere. And that's really, really going to help us out indeed. So, let's get going. And hopefully, not a lot changes over the end turn. We're going to be watching, I think, what the Ottomans do with this end turn. Okay, so we have a Spanish ship raiding one of our trade routes over here. How much is that hurting? Oh, it's really hurting our economy there. Taking off about 1,000. It's getting a lot of worth out of this one ship. Really going to have to watch out for that. How's the French looking over here? Do we want to take that? Do we want to scout out a bit more, I think, over here? Is this trade node free? I think it is. I think it is free. Let's take that. Counter that, 777 off of these two ships over here. We are going to, I think, keep our supportive frigates over here for the minute, for the time being, while we build that up, because we are right in the middle of Ottoman territory over here. And this group could, if they see that we only have two merchant ships over here, could still threaten us. But that's not to worry there. Back up to 2,100 income there. The Ottomans have moved up. Look like they sent something towards Yash over here. Can't be entirely certain. What I want to do really is just push over to get a glimpse of Istanbul. And they do have a full stack as we thought so. So that's not to worry there. Doesn't look too bad though. I'm not entirely sure what these European provincial Nizam look like really. Quite likely they're pretty decent if they're European provincial, but we'll have to see about that. But I am going to keep sight over here for now. How are we looking on replenishment over here? It's still going to take a couple turns to fully replenish over there. It's going to take two armies to do this. One army to deal with the capture of Wallachia, and another to defend after we've taken losses there is the problem. What do we have over here? We do have some... what I'm thinking is wait the one turn over here and replace this group over here with one of these fresh units of Fusiliers, really. So I'm going to move that out here. We are missing a unit over here, so we're going to take the free reinforcements while we can. How's the happiness looking over here? Not too bad. Do we want to disband these units to free up our economy? I think we do. By the time we're on top of Wallachia, the units in Belgrade would have done their job at policing there. Do we want to upgrade the magistrate just yet, though? That's the question. I don't really think so. Do we want to upgrade the supply warehouse? That's a question. That will allow us some Swiss Jaegers once we get modern rifles, actually. That'd be rather interesting. And if we upgrade that further, we'll get a slight replenishment boost in all of our regions. And as much as I'd rather convert that to a marketplace, I think having at least one of these about will be helpful. So what I want to do, it's going to take 6 turns just to upgrade that though. Might want to just repair this for now, and that will allow us to get even better ships out. You can see it's going to be expensive, but we can get an 86 gun ship of the line from this dockyard. I think really that's the way I want to go. We do want some naval power out now that we have some standing armies. It looks like the Württemberg armies are remaining idle at the minute, but we're going to have to watch out for this group over here. I think that's what we're going to try and do actually. There's no general in this just yet, so we're going to try and sabotage this army. I don't quite have the movement range for that, but we have the spy over there, so we'll be able to keep sight on that fairly solidly there. And I think we'll be looking really to take out the Italians very, very soon indeed. But I think that is, unfortunately, all we have time for today, guys. It is going to drag on a bit too much if we do push for another battle, unfortunately. I hope you've enjoyed it, though. It's been very nice to come back to Napoleon. Thank you to those who have been watching. It's been very spicy, this. Austria is certainly a very difficult challenge in this game. But we're making it. We're finally getting somewhere to play on our own terms. Now that we've pushed back the initial French armies, the Bavarians and such, I think we're going to be okay. Just need to watch our economy still. Get some navy out, make sure the Spanish don't return in our back lines, and I think we'll be alright. So, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the future. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all of your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.